I can't confirm or deny. From what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people, and they knew that.
When dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value.
You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health is not good, my physical health is getting worse, but we're filming.
And the person that answers says, no, you can't film here. That literally doesn't mean shit.
Dogpack404 has dropped his most recent video discussing the situation on MrBeast, which includes sexual harassment, a known PDF file, being on MrBeast's team, dangerous conditions while filming challenges. Of course, this is all alleged, but Dogpack got an interview with a former MrBeast employee as well to come and speak on it. A well-known employee who also has his own channel right here if you want to go follow him. He talks about his experience being with MrBeast after not only being employed but also being released due to him speaking out on these actions.
I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon.
Before we get into that, I want to talk to you about this really quickly, as Drama Alert posted a leaked email from MrBeast apparently addressing all of the allegations being made. While I will not be reading this entire email, I have it up here if you do want to read it or glance over everything it's stating. It just seems very coincidental that, hey, an email by MrBeast team got leaked at the same time a new Dogpack video was about to be released. I just wanted to let y'all know about this because I will be coming back to this towards the end of the video. Jake Weddle was being interviewed by Dogpack404, and he was going through all the issues he had while working with MrBeast. While I don't want to take away from his actual whole interview, I suggest that you guys, after you're done watching this video, go watch it, but I will summarize the most important points from that interview. One, he worked with MrBeast, and he felt like while he was working there, you had to be on MrBeast's good side.
The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you know, you were the other half.
Basically being a yes man to everything MrBeast had said. Because when you opposed him or had any conflict with what he wanted, then you were not in the video as much. And then finally he had enough of everything that was going on. Him and a writer friend of his went to MrBeast to basically state their claims, and this was kind of a cautious move as they also encouraged you to not start anything in MrBeast. They didn't want you to start live streaming, they didn't want you to start making videos. Jimmy basically did not want anybody to become bigger or more popular than him.
He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively.
So with him going forward with this, he ended up getting terminated with a severance check, him along with his writer friend. Although this was the case, he was still nice to them at the time, meaning that he could come back for certain videos.
So in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice publicly. If you're nice in public, hey, Jake was nice in public, let's have him back for something. You know, yeah, sure. So I was hoping they call back, you know?
And one of the videos he ended up coming back for was 100 days in solitary confinement video. Although they were titling it 100 days in solitary confinement, they told him he only had to last 30 in order for them to get a video. The overall conditions were terrible as he did have a hot tub, he had an ice cream machine, but after a while, the hot tub started to do bad as there was no real filtration system, causing it to smell terribly. Along with the ice cream maker, which if he did not have it on, then it would start to smell terrible. And even if he did have it on, it was constant noise to him all the time.
Like, things were cool and funny on paper, but when you think about stuff, a hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. You know, there's not like a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which was a silly complaint, but the shower was always cold, and you're taking like a quick shower, cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine, let's talk about that for a second. The ice cream machine has 2 modes. On, and off, reeking of smelly dairy mildew. Like, so I got to choose which sense was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have all of them good.
Along with this, they kept the lights on constantly, no matter what. So at no point in time was he able to get any sort of sleep.
They weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Well, I don't know how they figured that one out. I didn't have it.
He was unable to complete the 30 days and ended up leaving earlier after begging and basically not complying, and other people looking in and seeing what was happening and having multiple concerns. After being let out, he was still affected, not physically with blisters on his feet, but also mentally, not being able to sleep well or sleep at all without medication. And for those wondering, hey, why didn't he just say no? Hey, why didn't he just get out? Hey, why didn't he stop it even sooner before all this happened? He did. He tried to deny challenges, as that was the whole gimmick of it. Jimmy originally brought him to do a Rubik's Cube challenge, which he tried to decline and was met with a brick wall, as Jimmy just told him do it for the video. And then the next challenge he had to do was run a marathon on a treadmill, which he wanted to decline, but after seeing how it went with the Rubik's Cube, he felt like he had no other choice but to do so.
He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do 22.6K, whatever it is, and you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. The first challenge I did was a Rubik's Cube, and I'm dyslexic, I'm dumb, I don't know how to do a Rubik's Cube. So your first challenge, Rubik's Cube. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I was like, on camera, I don't want to do it. You go, just do it for the thing, like, kid, yeah. Like, there was an element of, oh, Jake will do what we want because he's in-house. You know, that's one of the reasons why they got me. Jake's, he's an inside guy, so he'll do whatever. We can push him a little extra hard because we know he's good. I couldn't say no to the treadmill thing.
And he was still trying to get out at that same time with the same reaction of talking to a brick wall. But he finally was let out. Thankfully, he is doing okay now, but after he was originally let out, there were mental and physical repercussions that had happened because of it. Although some people may be hearing this and thinking, hey, Jimmy is so realistic. He's basically making these challenges one for one. Wasn't one of Dogpatch's claims claiming that his challenges are faked? In this challenge, Jimmy was basically fishing for several lines. He had lines telling him of when to open the briefcase. He had lines for when he wanted him to do specific challenges. The overall challenge was still faked, and they basically kept him there as a prisoner.
He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know how hard it was to do a take of that and pretend to make it genuine? I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You just be in this cage.
This is not the only claim that was presented in this video, but also a claim for a PDF file being a part of the MrBeast team. This man was found guilty of interacting with children. That is not only disgusting, but is also irritating to hear that MrBeast would allow this person to not only come on cam, but to also know that people could probably identify him, that he put a mask onto him. Currently, right now, there's a video out showing him. They refer to this man as Delaware. Because of the crime he committed, he was unable to go back to Delaware. And they just thought that that would be a nice joke to add on to the name. Some people could probably think, hey, MrBeast wouldn't have known. MrBeast was unaware. How could he be aware of that situation? Well, for someone who's supposed to be a figurehead of this, and supposed to be hands-on with everything, are we not running background checks? This is public information to the point where other people have already went and looked up and shown his documents on not only Twitter, but other platforms. He could have found out. It is possible that maybe he just didn't know. But we also have clips of the videos that he was in where he was wearing a mask to cover up his face. And Jimmy outright said his name as Delaware.
Whoever steps out, if Delaware steps out, you two get $5 grand. Ethan steps out, you two get $5 grand. It's still $5 grand each.
These allegations are not only damning, but also have stacks of evidence on top of it. You're probably sitting there thinking, how could this get any worse? There's no way there'd be more on top of it. Well, there was an internal document that Dogpack 404 showed that basically explained a rule that they have that he wanted to focus on that was titled, How No Does Not Mean No.
No does not mean no. Already insane. It seems to be co-opting the popular anti slogan, which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very soon. It reads, when dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of and you can call the local Dollar Tree and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically, what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools that, when combined, dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here.
I don't feel like I should have to say it, but I will. Putting people in situations like this is terrible. Basically making them choose between their job or somebody else's job. Of course, they're going to pick themselves every time. And that's unfortunate unfortunate they even had to have that decision in the first place. There is no reason they should be sitting there thinking, hey, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose my job. If I don't sit here and deceive, push past someone telling me no, I would not like X, Y, and Z to happen at my location, then I'm going to lose my job. Terrible business practice and basically downright disrespectful to the people that you're hiring. And it's terrible to see this is how Jimmy treats his workers and basically what he sees as a path to success at his company. I also wanted to show another part of this that upper echelon had highlighted, which basically goes through accountability and if you make a mistake in MrBeast's company.
Own your mistakes. I hate excuses and I despise with my entire soul when people just try to save face instead of learn from how they messed up. Mistakes are okay. Genuinely they are, and I expect you to make a lot. That's perfectly fine. Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point or another, and you can go ask them yourself if I ever held it over their heads. The reason I'm okay with mess ups is because I know that's how you learn. I see it as me investing in you and your brain. Hence why I have zero tolerance for C players, and they must go immediately. Those mess ups could be done by an A player that will retain the information learned. I just beg you that you learn from every mistake and try not to repeat it. That's when it gets annoying. I've never, ever once fired someone on the spot for messing up. You have nothing to be afraid of. Own stuff so we can address how to fix it and then move on. End quote.
This is a document from Jimmy himself, basically stating that he does not like when people just don't own up to their own mistakes. Yet he has done that himself. He has dodged accountability. He has not come out with any public statements, any form on any platform, and has sat here and basically witnessed everything going on. Now we sit here and witness as he himself is doing actions that he does not agree with, all because he does not want to ruin his career. Instead of just taking accountability, instead of just sitting here and accepting that he did wrong and actually looking to improve it, he's taking every other option, hiding videos, deleting comments, taking out parts of videos just to make sure that he lose his career in any way. This is not someone who wants to be transparent with his audience. This is not someone who is sitting here being truthful and trying to make sure everything goes well. This is someone looking for the easiest way out possible and is taking that instead of just accepting that he did wrong and improving upon his mistakes. Hearing this, you're probably thinking, how the hell could anybody still be on MrBeast's side after all of these allegations? Well, there still are people on his side, and I'm about to tell you all of the reasons why. One, as I said it in the beginning of this video, the document that explained that MrBeast's company is going to be taking steps forward to make sure they have proper work environment. That got a lot of people on MrBeast's side saying that, hey, he's obviously aware of the situation. He's making steps to fix it, but he's not announcing these steps publicly. He's not addressing it on his main channel so people can be aware of it. The only reason that any of us are aware that he's apparently taking steps to make sure that his work environment is not hostile anymore or not in the condition it is because an email leaked. If that email never leaked, no one would never know. The only thing they would know is that they were having an investigator for the Ava Chris Tyson situation. So it's just insane that people are going to be okay because a leaked email, not even an official statement from anybody, not Chucky dick sucking ass, not MrBeast, no, because an email leaked talking about, hey, we're actually going to do X, Y, and Z. People are taking that at face value. People are fine with that, but all these allegations, everybody wants evidence on top of evidence on top of evidence. But because MrBeast has one thing saying, hey, he's going to make improvements, people instantly believe it. And that just shows you the influence that he has. I also saw a lot of people thinking, hey, if all this was happening, why didn't anybody come out before this? Why is one person comes out, all of a sudden there's all these allegations? That is the clear example right there. MrBeast has so much power. He is the golden boy of YouTube. Everybody looks to MrBeast and thinks he is perfect. He does charity work. He only strives to make the best videos possible. So imagine if one person does come out and say, hey, MrBeast is doing something bad. Hey, this is happening. No one's going to believe them. And if you think otherwise, we have seen it happen with YouTuber Rosanna Pansino coming out and basically stating, hey, this MrBeast video was faked. There was issues with this video. No actions were taken. No one cared. A lot of people just dismissed her, said she was a hater, said she was upset because she did not win the challenge. And that's basically what was happening when Dogpack 404 first came out with his allegations. People were just saying he's a disgruntled employee. He got fired, so obviously he's upset. All this and that. People are going to come up with excuses after excuses. But the main reason why is because of his audience. MrBeast doesn't make videos for people who sit down and watch commentary YouTubers. MrBeast isn't making videos for people who are doom scrolling on Twitter all day. These are young kids, and they are not in the sphere where they would be anywhere near someone talking about the MrBeast allegations at all. And that's why MrBeast is never going to address them on his main channel, because the second he addresses them, that's the second everybody who watches them is actually going to be aware. As long as he never addresses these allegations publicly on his main channel or any of his other channels, most of the people that watch him will not care. And some people that still watch him don't actually even care about these allegations and will continue to watch him regardless. And that's all right to every brand, anybody that's seeing him. He came out with a toy line recently that dropped. He has multiple ads still running. He has a video that when it first was uploaded, #1 on trending like normal, getting more views than his average. Unfortunately, I want to say that, hey, Dogpack outing him is really going to make some change. I wish that was the case. More than likely, MrBeast is going to continue what he's been doing, ignoring the situation and having other people cover up his mistakes, not even mistakes, and cover up his damages. No one is really going to have an effect on this, unfortunately. Even with big YouTubers not even talking about it, not addressing any of it, if they were to, it still probably would not change anything. But those are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.